What's up, everyone? This is your boy Empresario. We are here at the Fit Spot with my boy Tyler Poole. Thank you for having us at your gym, brother.
Yeah, of course, man.
We appreciate you.
Of course.
So, Tyler, everybody wants to know who you are, man. Tell us a little bit more about you.
So about me, I started this fitness journey at 18 years old.
Okay.
So, going back behind the scenes, I played ball for many years. So I was an athlete. Football.
Okay.
Yeah, I played football, American ball, right?
Gotcha. Not the flag one.
Not the flag one. Yeah, no. No, it was definitely tackle football.
All right.
Played that for many years. I played it in college, but I was a full-time personal trainer by the time I was 18 years old.
Really, bro?
Yeah.
So tell us more. We know you're a gym owner and stuff, but we want to know who Tyler really is. Like, let's go back in time, right? How was it growing up for you? Do you have any brothers, sisters?
Yeah, so I have one brother. Yeah, he's older than me, 4 years older than me.
Okay.
So I kind of learned from all his mistakes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, growing up was a little hard. It was a little rough, but we got past all the trenches and we got past all the ditches and we got out of these holes that we buried ourselves into.
Amen to that.
And we got past all these habits and programs that we've been running on. And now look at us.
Right. Amen to that. All glory to the Lord, right?
All glory to the Lord, yeah.
Amen to that, brother. So, brother, where's your family from? Were you born and raised in Bakersfield?
So yeah, born and raised in Bakersfield. Yeah.
You grew up with both of your parents, or just a single mom?
Both my parents.
Okay.
Yeah, mom and dad.
So how are they, man?
Yeah, they're still together. Yeah, to this day, about 35 years together.
Did they play like a huge part in your life as far as what you're doing, as far as your journey, or not really?
They've always kept me straight on the straight and narrow. But honestly, no, like fitness was something that I kind of just did for myself. A lot of my family isn't really into fitness, into the gym, so I was kind of like the black sheep of the family.
Got it. So tell us more about that. What makes you say that?
Yeah, I don't know. Just I felt like I was different, and I, eating 16 ounces of chicken a day, and eating 10 eggs a day, and eating pounds and pounds of meat, and I feel like I was just a little bit different. My lifestyle was a little bit different. I had to eat for a purpose. I wasn't just eating for pleasure anymore.
Gotcha.
And then obviously, working out. I was in the gym 4 to 5 days a week. So I was kind of like antisocial in a way. I was just kind of like focused on me, my body, my mind, my soul, I guess.
So when did that start?
Yeah.
Like what brought you to that? Like when did you started thinking that you were different?
Honestly, it started around like 16 years old.
Okay.
I was playing defense for football, so I was an outside linebacker. So I think a lot of those hitting drills.
Okay.
We did a lot of those hitting drills. Growing up, and I think it started around 16 years old. I was like, you know what?
So what happened at 16?
Yeah, honestly, I just felt like I had to prove something.
Okay.
Especially to my brother. He was 4 years older than me. So at this time he was 20, I was 16. So he was already kind of running the streets and kind of doing his thing. Okay. I was kind of hanging out with certain people I wasn't supposed to be hanging out with. So it's kind of why like fitness kind of like separated me from a lot of like my lifestyle choices and a lot of stuff that I was already doing.
Got it.
So I felt like I was different in that type of way. I was trying to outdo the system of my programs, of everyone that was around me. They're kind of like negative in a way, and I was trying to see the positive, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
So did you see any changes in the people that you surrounded yourself as well, or did you start losing friends at that time?
Oh, definitely started losing friends. Losing acquaintances, I called them.
Okay.
But I was 16. I had a lot of friends. Everybody was my friend, right?
And how old are you right now?
I'm 31.
You're 31. You're blessed to be 31.
Oh, blessed. Yeah. I mean,
That's good.
I wouldn't be here without the Lord.
Right. Now you talk about the Lord, right?
Yeah.
Did you grow up being a believer?
I grew up in and out of church, but it started, like I said, it was on my own little journey I took, and probably about, I think, age of 22, I started, devoting myself a little bit more to the Lord. Yeah, ever since about 22 years old.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I know you say at 16, that's when things really started changing for you. Is there something that led you, aside from obviously your brother? For the sound of it, correct me if I'm wrong, was your brother like making the wrong choices in your
wrong choices in life? Yeah,
gotcha.
I definitely learned from that and learned from all his mistakes.
So what were some of the choices that you made that made you feel like you were not going to the right direction?
Oh man, yeah, definitely. At a young age, I started using drugs. Okay. Started drinking a lot. I was done with the bars by the time I was 21.
Okay.
So
When
that
did
just
you start going to bars?
yeah, 18 years old.
At 18.
18, I started getting in. I had the beard, I had the looks, I was yoked. Everyone loved me.
Gotcha.
All the security, come on by, come on Tyler, come
Right,
hang
right,
out,
right.
come have fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you stopped drinking now. You've been
Oh.
sober for a while now.
Yeah, I definitely been sober for a while. Yeah, I definitely don't drink. I know too much about it and what it does to the body now. And I got friends that drink, but to each your own.
Got you. Yeah, no, I understand. Completely understand. So, brother, as far as fitness, right? What kept you disciplined in that journey? Because it's not an easy path to.
It's
not an easy
definitely
road.
not easy. No,
It's
fitness.
not. So
it's
tell
not.
us more about that.
I think what's kept me most disciplined in the fitness was getting out of shape. So the minute that you get out of shape, I don't know if you've ever been in shape, but I'm just kidding. But yeah, the minute you get out of shape, you start feeling a certain type of way. So you run off programs. So I always talk about reprogramming the body because I get a lot of people in their 30s and 40s just now starting the gym.
Which is crazy, right?
Yeah. Like I said, I started this at 16 years old. So before I even graduated, I was already in the gym.
Is there something that inspired you to do that?
Yeah, I had coaches, I had mentors. So I had coaches at a young age, football coaches, and they were in the gym. So I was like, you know what?
Who were these people to you?
Yeah, they were like more like a role model to me. Like, they kind of like played a big part of my life.
Okay.
Definitely certain coaches that I've had, kind of guided me in the right direction, I would say. And then, by the time I turned 18, I started getting mentors, business coaches, that type of thing.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Now, have you still kept in touch with a lot of those people or not?
Oh yeah, definitely. I tell them all the time, I appreciate you for helping me out on my journey. A little bit behind the scenes, my first trainer actually paid for my first certification.
Really, bro? Okay.
You know why? Because I didn't really have the cash. I didn't really have the money for it. So
really? So tell us about that. How did that make you feel?
Man, blessings. Yeah, I passed it with a 82%. So it was definitely still passing, but it wasn't to my fullest ability. But I got it paid for. Within 2 months of me personal training, I paid my coach back. I paid my mentor back.
Got you.
Yeah.
So what's your vision with the Fit Spa now?
Yeah. Fast forward, many years, right? Many years later.
When did the Fit Spa get started? When did it get
so
established?
2020.
Okay,
So
2020.
yeah, in November of 2020,
Okay, cool.
we established the Fit Spot. So it's been open for a couple years now, and right now we're just growing it. If all the platforms are built, so now it's just not in that process of just growing the Fit Spot.
And so you're telling me you started doing it during the pandemic?
Start during the pandemic.
So how was that? Because a lot of gyms were closed during that time.
My gym actually that was at closed their doors on me. Yeah, and so that kind of motivated me, kind of sparked the fire into kind of starting my own.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were going to your gym and then
Yep.
your gym got
Yep.
closed. So you're
Yep.
like, well, I'm gonna start my own thing.
Kind of.
What gym were you going to?
It was a gym called Awesome Fitness.
Okay.
Awesome Fitness. Cool. Yeah, they closed for a full year. And they reopened, God bless. They reopened, but at that time I was already established and already locked into the Fit Spot.
Got it.
Yeah.
How was the process of starting the business? So
Yeah.
the reason why I wanted to interview, brother, is because a lot of people have the dream of starting their own business, going after their goals, their dreams, their fitness,
Right.
Because one thing is being in fitness, getting in shape, right?
Right.
It's not an easy road like we mentioned, right? But starting a business, brother, I think I actually was talking to one of my buddies the other day. We're having a very interesting conversation. I was telling him, bro, I think the hardest things you could do here in America is 1, being a believer.
Ooh, that's huge.
2, starting your own business.
Mm-hmm.
So would you agree with me?
I would agree
with me on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, as a believer, what has been some challenges for you in the gym? Because see, a lot of people will not talk about this, and we're not gonna bullshit things around here, right?
Right.
Lust plays a huge role at the gym.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Especially when you're young, it's there's a lot of lust, and it kind of drifts you away from the Lord when you're locked in the wrong purpose, right?
Right.
So, did you had any times where you were struggling with any of those stuff?
Actually, a lot of my career of being a personal trainer, I've actually had a girlfriend.
Okay.
So the reason behind that is, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like other women would want to train with me because I'm more trustworthy. I'm more loyal. I'm more respectful. With that being said, I'm not saying the single trainers out there are bad or anything, but maybe they're, from a third party trust in you, it might be a little hard. Especially if you're a guy. It's a lot harder being a guy trainer than it is being a woman trainer.
Yeah.
It is
yeah,
way harder. Way harder, yeah.
Now, as a believer, what kept you disciplined? Because I know you've been a believer for a while.
Yeah.
When did you get baptized, by the way?
So it was 2024.
2024.
Yeah.
So recently,
yeah.
right?
So recently.
But
yeah.
you've been a believer since way before, right?
Yeah. I've always been not always been in church, but like I said, about 22, I started going back to, church. Actually, New Life. New Life.
Okay.
Saved my life.
Cool, man. I'm glad to hear that. So, brother, how was the process on 2020 when everything was closed?
Yeah.
Did you have any trouble, bringing people into the gym? Because a lot of people were scared to even go to the gym or be like, nah, man, I don't want to go, right? So how was the process for you?
It was a little, I had to keep everything low key during 2020. They weren't actually selling to gyms at that time. They weren't leasing out to gyms. So I had a friend that was in property management, and he got me in. So he got me in the doors, and he's like, hey, this is going to be a successful business. I trust this guy. He's been a trainer for over, 8 years now. I think it was 8 years at the time. 8 years I've been training for. So he's like, hey, he's locked in. He really wants this. So he got me finally in the door. I got in the door and just kind of took off running from there. Yeah, so my first month, I think I had 72 boot campers here.
Really?
72 boot campers, yeah.
That's back in 2020.
2020, yeah. So that was my biggest career ever. Was I had 72 boot campers. That was my biggest career here.
Yeah.
Ever. I haven't even got up to that since I've been here.
Really?
I feel like I got comfortable, but that's just me. Right.
So what can we do to change that?
Right. We got to up the ante. We got to start talking to new people. Start getting out in the market more, start networking more.
And I respect you because of that. I actually seen that you started to do more videos and
I
stuff.
have been.
I know you went to was it an event?
The Anaheim Fit Expo.
Okay.
Yeah, the Anaheim Fit.
How was that? How was the experience doing that?
It was so awesome.
Yeah, because I saw you interviewing other bodybuilders and stuff, which I thought it was pretty cool.
I appreciate that.
So how was that?
It was awesome because I feel like I got their point of view, but it really locked in the credibility of what I was telling my clients already.
Got it.
So that was the biggest thing. I went out there to Anaheim was to kind of the credibility of like, hey guys, I've been doing this for this long. I tell my clients the same exact information that these athletes are telling telling the camera.
So tell us about that.
Yeah.
We want to know a little bit more. Give us some value, brother. So what is that information that you're talking about? Yeah.
So the biggest thing is always consistency. So when you're always talking to the higher ups, it's like, hey, you need to post more. You need to post every day. What the higher ups have been telling me is 10 stories a day, and then at least one post on your feed a day. So you got to be consistent with your posting, guys, and then pick the same time every single day that you're posting that same exact image or content or carousel or reel, whatever you're posting. If it's a YouTube video, pick that same exact time. Hey guys, we're dropping a YouTube video at Monday at 4 p.m. Lock in that same exact time, and that's going to keep people motivated, right? Hey, Tyler's dropping a video on Wednesday. You need to go see that workout, right? So that's what the higher ups been telling me. And then another thing is leading by example. So being the walking billboard.
Okay.
So I actually got criticized by a bodybuilder over the weekend. He was talking smack about my physique. But you're at the Anaheim Fit Expo. You're going to see a lot of monsters, a lot of animals, a lot of freaks of nature, right? A lot of bodybuilders, man. Those guys are big boys. So long story short, he was like, hey, you
think they could run marathons?
They can't run marathons, guys.
It's a different sport, right?
It's a different sport. It's a different sport. So with that being said, I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't look athletic to his eyes, but he didn't really see me in the gym.
Right.
So right now, I've actually been the most athletic I've been, even when I was playing ball.
So I brought that up, brother, because that's a huge thing in the gym.
Exactly.
A lot of people, they stop being consistent because of what others have to say about them.
Right.
Yes or no?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, did you have any people that have came into your gym?
Oh, yeah.
And you see them like the way that they think, and you see potential in them, but they quit because of the way they think. Now, have you seen that before? Yeah,
definitely. They don't. Well, one thing is they don't get the results that they're looking for. And then they're looking for them in a short-term span, a little short time span. So it's not going to happen, guys. You didn't put on that weight on overnight. You're not going to get results overnight. So I always tell my clients, it's going to take you guys at least 4 to 6 months to get results, but to maintain those results.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some values that the Fit Spa has
Yeah.
for those who are looking for a home gym, so for a place that where they feel comfortable to go and work out, you know, at least here in Bakersfield, right?
Yeah.
What are some of those values that the Fit Spa has to
Yeah,
to
so
offer?
so some of the things we have is like workout cards, accountability logs. We have nutrition plans. We have supplement guidance. So we have a whole detox, 21-day detox for you guys. You know, if you're really trying to, you know, clean your gut out, I always recommend doing a detox. It's very nutritionist. It's very good for the body. I recommend at least one every 3 months, doing a detox, really detoxing the body, flushing out the body. Other things we have is obviously open gym. So we have open gym plus personal training. So it's not just, you know, you're going to come in here and get lost in the gym, but we have that guidance for you as well.
Got it. Which is something that a lot of gyms don't have.
A lot of gyms.
You get that by just getting a membership, right?
Yeah, you get
Is
that.
there
You
like
get
an extra cost for that?
There is extra fee if you want more, you know, time with the trainer, but you do get at least a couple hours a month with the trainer with that membership.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
So that would say you would say that makes the Fit Spa one of the best gyms in town.
I think honestly, yeah, because you get the guidance and we believe in results. So if you're not getting results, we're gonna ask why, and we're not you're not gonna be another walking number. You're gonna get those results that you're looking for.
Right. So I saw something when I came in, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's written on your board.
Okay.
So as far as like I saw it in there, and it said, "No one can do cardio for you."
Right.
You know it by memory?
Yeah.
Can you share that with us?
Yeah. So no one can do cardio for you. No one can work out for you. No one can feed you, but only us can get you those results.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of people forget that mentorship is a huge thing when it comes to anything that you do.
Right.
Whether it's finances, whether it's spiritual, right? Whether it's fitness, anything that you do, you need mentors.
I believe so.
What has been some of the best things that your mentors have taught you, Tyler, as a person that have made you become who you are today, and they made you a better version of yourself?
I think the biggest thing is money, right? Finances. Obviously, that's a big thing. The top three would be, I would say, finances, and then emotions. So controlling your emotions, and then matching the frequency of people. You know, the vibration. If the vibe's off, you know, something's off, right? And then the third would be obviously your health, right? Of just taking care of your health, because obviously you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have your health, it's like, you know, what's the point?
Right. Interesting, brother.
Right.
So I have one more question, you know, and this one's a little bit more personal, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know you are married.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you and your wife just had a beautiful daughter, right?
Oh, yeah.
So how is it owning a business, a gym, and being the business owner?
Mm-hmm.
How do you lead? Let me put it like this. Has it been difficult for you, like whenever, because I'm sure sometimes there's weird people that come in and they want to talk to you because you're the business owner, right? It happens to all of us that are doing good in life, right? You'll see random people coming in. What has helped you to be like, no, and just stay disciplined? Because a lot of people, you know, that own businesses, or even especially in your industry, they end up closing because they messed around with the wrong person and things like that. Have you heard of any situations like that in the past?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying you, right? I'm saying in general. There has been gyms or guys who just, they get with the wrong person and stuff, and then they close down their business because they didn't do it right.
Right.
What has helped you? I know you always had a girlfriend in the process, like you mentioned earlier. You have a beautiful wife. She seems like she's very locked in with you, and then you guys are both in the vision and stuff. So, as a person, what has helped you and your wife to move forward in life to build this gym together?
Oh, that's huge. I think honestly, it's lean on the Lord, right? Yeah. So just staying disciplined, and you know. And then obviously work is work, you know. It's personal training, but it's a fine line between personal training. We're here for one reason, is to get results, you know. I'm not your therapist. I'm not your friend. I'm not your coworker. I'm not your best friend. I'm not those guys. I'm your coach. I'm your trainer. I'm your mentor. I'm your life coach. Yeah, I'm here for you. I'll be the coach in your corner. But at the end of the day, there's a fine line between personal and training, right?
I agree 100%.
Yeah, especially when you're changing people's lives, because you know, you could do a whole 180 and then fall in love.
Yep. And that's why I respect you, brother. That's why I said, you know what, let's do this podcast, because I know you're a man of faith.
Oh, yeah.
And you really are pushing to become, you know, this is a great gym, but I know you want to be the best one in town, right?
We're going to be the best one day. Hey, stay tuned.
All glory to the Lord, right?
All glory.
Now, Is there something you would like to share to the audience? You know, like for anybody who's seeking their fitness career, like anybody who wants to start working out, because at 16 you started that 16 journey.
16 years old. Yeah.
So what would be some of that advice that you could give those people who want to start, but they're afraid of that commitment to start their journey?
Right. So obviously, I've been to every gym in town, and the gym could be scary. You know, the bigger box gyms, they're full of equipment, they're full of cardio, and you get lost in them, and you get discouraged, and you don't really have guidance, or you don't really have help. So I'm not just saying because I am a gym owner, but getting started in a private gym, it doesn't have to be the Fit Spot, but go to a private gym and get started. The reason why I say that is because you're always going to have guidance, you're going to have someone to check in with, and you're going to feel like you're a part of something, you're a part of a team, right? What we created over here was a movement, the Fit Spot movement, where we're a team. Everybody that comes in here has one goal, and it's to get results. And with that being said, if you're scared to start, you gotta face your fear, and you gotta start. And especially if you're in your 30s and your 40s and your 50s, sometimes I get clients in their 60s just now starting their gym. So with that being said, it's never too late. My oldest client is 77 years old, and it's never too late to start your journey. But I recommend start it now. It doesn't have to be on Monday. It can be on a Saturday. We're open on Sundays. So we're open 7 days a week. Our membership is $40 per month. That's $10 a week, or it's about $1.30 per day. And we could take it, I don't care. We could take cash, we could take change. I'm just here to help you guys. And at the end of the day, you pay for a membership, you're gonna get everything that we've talked about over this podcast. The accountability log, nutrition advice, supplement tips, tricks, everything that I have for you guys, I'm gonna give you all the tools. So if you don't use those tools to build your body, that's on you.
Yeah, I agree 100%, brother. Now, what's your vision with the Fit Spa, and where are you going with the Fit Spa? Like, what's your vision with you on your team that you already have?
Yeah.
Well, where are you guys going within the next 10 years?
Oh,
what's your main goal, like your end goal? I feel like there's never an end
there's
goal.
Never an end goal.
Guys like us, right?
Right, we got to keep pushing.
What is the vision for the next few years for you guys?
So I would say a 5-year plan is obviously expanding, getting a little bit bigger, bringing more equipment in, and then it's just getting a solid team of 5 here. So I've always told myself, if I get a solid team of 5 trainers in the building, we're going to make this work.
Okay.
We're going to make this work.
Cool. How many do you have right now? Right
now we have a solid 3 trainers.
Okay. So you're in need of 2 more.
2 more trainers, and then thinking of female trainers that are bilingual. So if you guys see this podcast,
all right, cool.
Bilingual female trainer, we're looking for you guys over at the Fit Spot. Put your resume in, and we'll get it.
Ya sabes, raza, si anda buscando un gimnasio aquí, y si eres mujer y eres una personal trainer, vengan aquí con Tyler para que le agarren trabajo, cualquier cosa. Si quieren ser parte del equipo, le echan una llamada. So,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, brother.
Yeah.
So, Tyler, is there anything else before we close this? Anything else you would like to share?
Honestly, don't think about it. Just do it.
I agree. So, for you guys, if you guys are watching, make sure you subscribe and like. Get in contact, subscribe. Tyler, thank you again, brother. God bless you, and God bless you guys all. Take care.